A Madison County man who's accused of abusing a 7-year-old girl is now facing additional charges, this time against his grandfather.
A 10-year-old cat has quite a tale and a tale to tell along with it. More on his long trip under the hood of a car coming up.
Clearing skies, chilly temperatures, and the possibility of frost. We'll track the overnight threat coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
We continue to track the investigation into a deadly train crash in Scott County.
Here's what we know right now. That crash happened just before 3 o'clock this afternoon at a farm off of Rogers Gap Road. That is north of the Toyota plant. We have some video of the crash scene that's just come into our newsroom here. The Scott County Fire Department tells us a dump truck collided with a train. The accident happened at a private crossing. It does not appear that there is any warning signals at that crossing. The coroner, though, has just identified the victim as 80-year-old Stanley Hammonds. WKYT's Garrett Weimer will have a report from the scene on WKYT News coming up at 5 o'clock. A man accused of abusing a child faces more charges today.
John Wood is already charged with criminal abuse in the case out of Madison County. The new details came as Wood headed to court this morning. WKYT's Mark Barber is tracking the new details in our top story at 4:30.
John Wood was arrested and charged with abusing a 7-year-old girl a week and a half ago. He is now facing additional charges because deputies say they've learned that his grandfather is also one of his victims. The 23-year-old didn't say anything during his hearing in court this morning. In addition to the charge of first-degree criminal abuse, Wood is also charged with fraudulent use of a credit card. Investigators tell us his family realized money was missing from their bank account in mid-April. According to deputies, the missing money was traced back to the 23-year-old. We're told he bought several $1,000s worth of electronics and car equipment using his grandfather's credit card. We're also learning more about the 7-year-old he is accused of hurting in a home outside of Richmond. Deputies aren't saying anything about the relationship between the two, but they are saying that the girl was in his custody. While investigators aren't releasing specifics about the alleged abuse, they say the child was punished excessively in what could be compared to something that might be experienced in the military. Wood will be back in court for a preliminary hearing on April 29th. As for the 7-year-old's condition, deputies tell me she will not suffer any long-term health issues. In Richmond, Mark Barber, WKYT.
A spokesperson for the Madison County Sheriff's Office says the allegations of abuse date back to November. Investigators say they started looking into the case in January after a domestic call. Well, you're going to need the jacket the next couple of days.
It has definitely picked up as far as cooler out there. It's going to be a little cooler, as a matter of fact, for a normal time of year. That means the possibility of frost is out there as well tonight. Let's check in now with our chief meteorologist, Chris Bailey, who's tracking it all. Chris?
Yeah, I would imagine a lot of folks out there getting some trash bags and whatnot ready to kind of protect those tender plants and vegetation and green thumbs. We've been talking about it since late last week. You are on full alert over the next couple of mornings. Daily breakdown as we do look ahead. Expect that frosty morning coming up tomorrow. We'll likely do it again on Friday. Then we head toward the weekend. I'm tracking thunderstorms as our active pattern just keeps on keeping on. Current temperatures upper 50s to around 60. You get into northern Kentucky, though, we're talking some low and mid 50s here. And to put it in perspective, a normal high should be closing in on 70 degrees as of now. We are far from that. Live First Alert Defender, nothing going on across central and eastern Kentucky. Clear skies, still got gusty winds out there this evening. Those winds will begin to die down a little bit over the next several hours. Then overnight, we may see the winds go calm for a little bit. That will actually help the frost to crank up, especially in those sheltered valleys. Now, once we get through the cool next couple of days, I've got the weekend forecast that is coming into better focus, and it looks like showers and thunderstorms will usher in that weekend for Friday night into Saturday. Guys, we'll take you into that and show you what to expect with the up-to-the-minute and up-to-date hour-by-hour forecast here in just a few.
A stabbing suspect is behind bars, accused of shooting a police dog in northern Kentucky. Covington police were searching for Dalen Rice this morning. He is accused of stabbing his mother. When police tried to arrest him, he took off. A K-9 officer was brought in to track him down, and that's when police say that Rice shot Officer Ernie twice before running off again. He was arrested a few hours later. He's now facing several charges. Right now, we do not have an update on how the condition of that canine officer. Chester the cat is looking for his owner after he had a long trip under the hood of a car.
Rebecca Smith has the tale.
He's an older cat, so he's pretty chill, pretty laid back.
This little 10-year-old kitty has quite a tale. It was burned from a car engine after Chester decided to hitch a ride in someone's car from Lexington to Versailles. His microchip is registered out of West Palm Beach, but the Woodford Humane Society doubts he got here all the way from Florida under the hood of a car.
Scan chip.
So this is how small a microchip is. The Woodford Humane Society says this kind of story is a reminder for folks to always register your microchip because you never know what can happen.
If you move or change your phone number and you don't update the registration on your chip, despite the fact that that chip is registered and your pet has a chip, we have no way of finding the person.
The Humane Society thinks Chester's owner is local, but they only have 2 weeks to come forward. In the meantime, applications for Chester's adoption are being taken.
We will have no trouble finding him a good home, but we really, if we can, we would like to reunite him with the family that might be missing him.
In Woodford County, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
After months of delays, work could soon begin on a new movie theater in downtown Lexington. This is a rendering of what the proposed entertainment complex would look like. It would be built across from Rupp Arena at the corner of South Broadway and High Street. The Herald Leader says plans call for one of the movie screens to be 100 feet wide. The complex would also include a sports bar, bowling alley, and laser tag. Developers hope to have the complex finished sometime next year.
The fastest 2 minutes in sports is now just 10 days away. Preparations underway both on and off the track at Churchill Downs. Tens of thousands of people will gallop to the track for this year's Kentucky Derby. Keen Ice, Mr. Z, American Pharaoh, and Dancing Moon and other contenders working out on the track ahead of the Run for the Roses on May 2nd.
Hip-hop artist Waka Flocka Flame is blazing onto the campaign trail. Find out changes he would make if he were commander-in-chief. That's coming up for you here on WKYT News at 4:30.